Okay, chapter 6, thermochemistry. Thermo refers to heat or energy. And so this is where we're going to talk about the interactions of energy and matter. Let's talk about chemical hand warmers. Have you ever used those? Hot hands, and you open the little packet and you squish it around and you wait a little bit and then it gets warm. And it's like, wow, that's magic, and no batteries or anything. What's going on here? It's chemistry. Most of those hand warmers work by the slow oxidation of iron. So they've got iron filings inside, and when those iron filings interact with oxygen, yeah, just like those, you get rust forming, and in that process, heat is released. And one of the really cool things about this is, it's really not toxic, right? It's iron. Now, could it be dangerous if you inhaled it or swallowed it? Sure, but lots of things are dangerous if you breathe them. Yes?
Why do they go bad?
Why do they go bad? That's a good question. Well, what happens when all the iron is oxidized?
Before you shake them up, like if you just let them sit for a couple of months, and then you
I think what happens when you open a new one and it doesn't work at all, I think there was some sort of a leak
something got in there.
and oxygen got in there. And, most plastics will let some air through on a very, very slow basis, perhaps. But if it's been sitting there for 3 years, there could be enough oxygen that it completely reacted. Yeah, I've gotten some like that.
They have it back for Christmas, and like a year passes by, and you go to use them next Christmas.
Right.
And there's not.
Yeah. Which makes me wonder about that box we bought at Costco. We used a bunch of them, but,
You still got a handful.
more than a handful. Of course, we have more than one hand, so we probably need more than a handful. So they release heat. And how much heat they give off depends on several things. How much warmth you experience, well, it depends on how big the hand warmer is. If it's a big one or a small one, you're going to get different amounts of heat out of it. The size of your glove, the size of your hand, etc. But mostly, it depends on the amount of heat that's released by this particular reaction. Some reactions release heat, some reactions absorb heat. So the universe is composed of matter and of energy. We said that matter is anything that has mass and occupies volume. Well, there are other things, right? There's light. And there's heat. Heat is a real thing, right? So you light a Bunsen burner and you stick your hand above the flame, you're going to burn yourself. It wasn't matter that did that. It was the energy given off from the chemical reaction.